So today's Motivation Monday, but my serving of motivation today is going to be more of a motivational kick up the ass than a reassuring pat on the back. So just brace yourselves. But what I want to talk about today is the idea of trading for the buzz versus trading as a profession. And I'm going to guess that most people, if you're putting in the effort, you're watching the pre-market show, you're invested in your trading, then you are wanting it to be a career or at least be making substantial income from it. So ideally, everybody would be treating it as a profession. But in reality, that's not always the case. And sometimes you may not even be aware yourself that you're treating it more like something you're doing for the buzz than as a profession. So last week we spoke about our trading why. So what were your motivations for trading? And it's important to know them. But if your actions are not aligned with your trading why, then that might be a clue that you're more in the trading for a buzz category. And I'll give an example of that. So let's say your trading why involves, maybe you want to provide a college education for your kids. And then when you're trading, you find that you're jumping into too many trades, you're over trading due to FOMO. Ultimately, that's not going to make you the money that you want or that you could get out of your trading, because over time, you're going to lose money if you do that. You'll be taking setups that are not your quality setups, etc. So in that case, your actions in your trading are not aligned with your trading why. So then you need to look at, am I trading like I'm doing it for the buzz or as a profession? And I'm using trading for the buzz as a bit of a global concept here, but I'll break it down a little bit. So one aspect of that is when you're actually trading for the dopamine hit. So that's for the excitement and the adrenaline that you get from putting on a trade. And in your brain, in your actual brain chemistry, there's neural pathways that will reward you for engaging in risky behaviors. So you actually, it's like candy for the brain. So when you put on a trade and there's risk involved, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine and that becomes addictive. So that's one way that you could actually be trading for the buzz. So you're getting enjoyment and satisfaction, and your brain is actually rewarding you from being in the market and placing trades. And while that's great in the short term and it gives you a little lift, in the long term, that's not going to get you to where you want to be in terms of your trading why and your ultimate outcome goals. So that could be one way that it's happening for you. Another concept that I'm putting under this heading is if you're trading for an ego reason. And no judgment here, but this is just a psychology term, so I'm not slating anyone here. But in terms of your ego, this can be when people want to achieve great success, but without showing much effort. So if you can prove, or people feel this way, if they can prove that they can be really successful in a short amount of time with putting in very little effort, then that's kind of saying that, they're able to do something that other people aren't able to do. But that actually sets you up for failure, because trading is a marathon and it's a much longer route to success. So if that's even in you at a subconscious level and you're trying to get the results really quickly, then you could actually be sabotaging your trading. So on the flip side of that, what does trading as a profession look like? So that's more in terms of being willing to put in the effort and stick with the long journey to success. So actually, and Andrew had mentioned this in a blog post the other day, and it was something I'd been talking with my clients about. Trading should be boring. So you can probably know that you're treating trading as a profession if you're not jumping in for that excitement, if you're just consistently making progress and seeing your progress improve day after day, week after week. So trading boring is actually where you want to be at. And that's not to say that you can't enjoy your trading, but just you're not doing it for the automatic hit and kind of lift in your mood that you get from placing trades. And so with trading boring and treating trading as a profession, realistic expectations are one of the concrete ways that manifests. So if you're treating this really seriously and you want to make big money long term, then how you'll know that you're on that track is that your expectations will be realistic. And so how do you actually audit those expectations? First of all, if you don't have goals, so if you don't have concrete outcome goals of the amount of profit that you want to make and what that would look like on a monthly basis and maybe a weekly basis, and you have that planned over a certain amount of time, so maybe you have a 3-year goal and a 2-year and a 1-year, etc. If you don't have those in place already, then that's the first place to start. So put those goals down and actually commit to saying what you want to make out of trading. And then put a time frame against it. So it's in the time frame that you can determine if your goals are realistic or not, because often people's goals around trading are realistic. So to say you want to make a career out of trading is perfectly fine, but if you say that you want to go from, maybe only having traded for 6 months to having a full-time salary in the next 3 months, then that would be unrealistic, because the time frame is unrealistic. So check the time frame against your goals. And then ask yourself, does it seem realistic that I could achieve these goals in this time frame? And another question to ask yourself is, are these goals putting pressure on me while I'm trading? And that's the key to it. So if you set goals that are unrealistic in terms of a time frame, then what will happen is that you'll feel under much more pressure when you're trading, and therefore you'll be focused more on the P&L. So you'll be more concerned with the amount of profit that you're making than actually following your trading process. And if that's happening, then it's a clue to go and look at your goals and see why they're putting you under pressure. So can you actually extend the time frame, give yourself more time to achieve those same outcome goals, and therefore that allows you to do it at the pace that is realistic and that is more aligned with treating trading as a profession. And there's a stat that I just want to share. So I did say I was going to give people a kick up the ass. And this stat is that in 2010, there was research done, and they found that only 1% of day traders can predictably profit net of fees, so that they're so consistent that they know for sure they'll be making, profit out of it on a consistent basis. And 80% of day traders quit within the first 2 years. So I know that you do not want to be in that 80%. And so the way to start that now, to really cement your journey to trading as a professional with long-term success, is to set realistic expectations and make sure that your goals are supporting you in that journey rather than actually sabotaging you.
Excellent discussion this morning. We all need a good kick in the ass at times. And, one of the things that we encounter the most, I've seen the most in the few years that I've been doing this and part of this community, is people coming in and thinking, like you said, just unrealistic goals, that something's going to happen real quick and not work hard and everything else. So great talk this morning. Thank you very much, Créde. And I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.